We're digging deeper into cuts from the federal government and how they're going to impact you. Changes include federal offices being closed, cuts to university research funding. Let's start with the impact on college campuses, and that's where schools will avoid losing millions, at least for now. About 2 hours ago, a federal judge blocked proposed cuts to medical research. 2 Wants to Know's Ben Briscoe looked into what's at stake and gets you the facts.
I spent all day looking through these government records. They're all information that's been proposed changes by President Donald Trump's administration. What I found is that the North Carolina researchers were in danger of losing up to $44 million for projects working on cures and medicines for everything from cancer to diabetes and strokes. That's the big headline. And remember, just moments ago, a federal judge stopped those cuts from going through. Here's how we got here. President Donald Trump's executive order about the Department of Government Efficiency. He directs DOJ and the federal government to look over all grants. As part of that push, the National Institutes of Health, or NIH, proposed changes to its grant process. The agency divides money awarded into direct and indirect cost. Directs for research supplies, salaries, and any incentives to participants to be in the study. Indirect is to pay for things like renting the building, IT support, the water bill. Currently, the NIH will negotiate for every grant how much to pay in indirect cost, often ending up around 28% of the direct cost. But on February 7th, the NIH issued a rule they would be giving a flat rate of 15%, putting them in line with nonprofit sector grants like the Rockefeller Foundation, the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, and the Gates Foundation. The new rule would have applied to new grant awards and existing grant awards, which is where the budget cuts come in. Any grant that had not received its check yet would have been impacted. The public records of the NIH grants don't show which ones have already been funded. But for the 2025 grants, this might have cost researchers in North Carolina up to $44 million. That includes more than $20 million at UNC Chapel Hill, almost $18 million at Duke University, close to $3 million at Wake Forest University, and about $107,000 at UNC Greensboro. The biggest projects in the triad that might have been impacted were the Cancer Center at Wake Forest Medical School, which could have lost more than $500,000. Research to help treat alcoholics, which could have lost almost $397,000. And a study on the keto diet's impact on the brain, which could have lost $178,000. Here's why it didn't. North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson joined 21 states suing the federal government to stop the cuts. Their legal argument is that Congress already approved the money and it's against the Constitution to not spend it. Today, the judge appointed by former President Joe Biden agreed with them. The federal government is expected to appeal.